Justin Jeffers.
Welcome back into Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College, where tonight it's the Tusculum Pioneers and the Carson Newman Eagles. Your starting lineups. First for the Carson Newman Eagles at 15-0, ranked 4th in the country under head coach Mike Mincy. They'll start at post, 5'10", a sophomore from Elizabethton, Tennessee, and a transfer from ETSU, Kayla Marisites. At guard, 5'6", a junior from Nashville, Tennessee, Brianna Smith. At point guard, 5'3", a junior from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, by way of Lee University, Harris Price. At forward, 5'11", a junior from Newport, Tennessee, by way of Western Carolina, Michael Wester. And at center, 6 foot, a senior from Talbot, Tennessee, Jessica Simmerly. Tusculum under head coach Devin Carter comes in at 10-3 overall, 5-2 in the Southland Conference. They'll start at point guard, 5'4", a sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Mia Long. At the wings, a 5'9" junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Sydney Wilson, and a 5'8" junior from Ocoee, Florida, Yulisma Kubidon. At post, 6 foot, a junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Casey Johnson. And at center, a 5'9" junior from Nashville, Tennessee, Latoria Patton. Again, the head coach of the Tusculum Pioneers is Devin Carter, assisted by Lady Comfort, Shanice Whitener, and Kristen Atwell. Carson Newman comes in averaging 93 points per game. Tusculum College at 78.5 points per game. But both teams solid on the defensive end of the floor, as Tusculum just gives up 66.5 points per game. The Carson Newman Eagles just 67.3 points per game. Jumping center for Carson Newman at 6 foot will be Jekka Simmerly. Jumping center for the Pioneers will be 6 foot Casey Johnson. It's Tusculum and Carson Newman. Need I say more? As we are set to get this one underway from the arena on the campus of Tusculum College. Carson Newman in their road blue with orange letters and numerals. The Eagles across the chest with the cursive style writing. Tusculum in their white home uniforms with the orange and black stripe and the block Pioneer across their chests. A conversation between the officials and Carson Newman head coach Mike Mincy delaying this game from starting. And I believe that 2 of the Carson Newman players, it has something to do with their wardrobe, and I believe it may be their long sleeves. 2 of the Carson Newman Eagles have long sleeves on under their uniform, and I believe that the officials are making them take their long sleeves off. It is a hot night here in the arena, as it's been a beautiful afternoon here in the East Tennessee area as our 7-degree weather has gone away. And that was that. The long sleeves are gone, and back on the floor come Kayla Marisites and Michael Wester. So, the officials evidently like everybody's wardrobe, and we're ready to get this one underway. Again, Casey Johnson and Jekka Simmerly will jump center, both stand at 6 foot. Opening tap controlled by Kubidon of the Pioneers, and we're underway from Pioneer Arena as Mia Long swings it to Sydney Wilson on the left wing. Wilson looking inside, nothing there, so she'll just fire for a 3 and knock it down. Sydney Wilson gets the first 3 points of the basketball game for the Pioneers, and she knocks down the 3 from the left corner. Just 20 seconds into this basketball game. Carson Newman with it. Brianna Smith in the right wing. Looks to drive on Kubidon. Picks up her dribble. Now goes to the deep right corner to Simmerly. Simmerly holds it high. Looks inside and is kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. And they'll reset the shot clock to 15 seconds. And Carson Newman will inbound underneath her own bucket. Harris Price to get it in. Gets it into the deep right corner in Wester. Fires over Patton and knocks it down. Silky smooth left-handed jumper from Michael Wester over Patton. And Carson Newman pulls back within 1. Mia Long trapped in backcourt. Nice dish to Kubidon to Casey Johnson. Kick out to Sydney Wilson. She'll fire for another 3. This one's off the mark and out of bounds off the iron. And Carson Newman will have the team rebound. Daddy got you a present. Thought Mommy might do this. Here's you a Tusculum College shirt to put on over that blue and orange you have on. A foul in front court going to be called on the Pioneers, going against Mia Long. And the Pioneers will guard side front court against the Carson Newman Eagles. 9:02 left to play. It's a Tusculum shirt to counteract this Eagles hat you have on. It's a family affair, folks. With the basketball, Marisites drives, lane, shot, no. Trying to save it, but she was standing out of bounds when she tried to save it, so it'll be Pioneer basketball. Good defense by the Pioneers. As again, that first foul was called on Mia Long. It's her first, and the first team foul called on Tusculum of this first quarter. Pioneers lead by 1 as Kubidon brings it into the front court and throws it away. Turnover on Kubidon as she was looking for Mia Long at the top and just didn't see it. He throws it out of bounds. First turnover of the game on the Pioneers, and Carson Newman with a chance to take the lead as they bring her to the front court. Just a minute and a half into this game. With the basketball at the free throw line, Simmerly turns and faces on Patton. Coming off the screen is Brianna Smith. Her jumper's no good, but a foul is going to be called on Kubidon. That'll be her first. It's the team's second. And at the free throw line, shooting a pair for the Carson Newman Eagles will be Brianna Smith. Smith with the first free throw ties the game at 3. On the year, a 75.7% free throw shooter, 53 of 70 from the free throw stripe. Out of Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Second free throw rolls good. Carson Newman takes their first lead of the basketball game at 4-3 as Mia Long breaks near to the front court. Double team trap comes at the timeline. Gets out of it. Kubidon looks to drive baseline and gets cut off by Simmerly. Kubidon now to Wilson at the top. Head fake. Kick to the top, and Casey Johnson for 3. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson. And the Pioneers reclaim the lead at 6-4 on the three-pointer from the top of the circle by Johnson. Three-pointer on its way from Michael Wester. That one's off the mark, and Kubidon gets the long rebound and looks to run. It's a 2-on-2 with Sydney Wilson. Wilson to the hole. Shot, no. Rebound, Kubidon. Second chance, Pioneers. Three-pointer from Wilson's off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Kayla Marisites of Carson Newman. So the Pioneers got two looks at it. Couldn't get it to go. Harris Price has it in the deep left corner. Goes between the legs. Now to the top of the circle. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Kubidon as Kubidon tipped the basketball. And then a little incidental contact after the loose ball, and Kubidon's going to pick up her second personal foul. It'll be the third team foul on the Pioneers. And that will get Callie Patterson, the 5'7 junior out of McLeansville, North Carolina, here to the basketball game for the Pioneers. So two personals on Yelizma Kubidon. Mia Long has one. Entry pass, Simmerly. Nice head fake pass. Patton puts it up and in. Ties the game at 6. Patton with a nice move on the inside. Mia Long gets away with a push off and brings it into the front court. Between two, trying to kick it out. Her pass was tipped and out of bounds. And the Pioneers will retain possession with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 7-11 left to play in this opening quarter in what has already been a very entertaining first quarter. Callie Patterson to trigger the inbounds play underneath. Patterson yet to get it in. Finally does as that 5-second count was on. Sydney Wilson with 15 seconds on the shot clock, dribbling at the top. Wilson gets a screen from Patton. Left wing feed to Patterson. Patton trying to post up down low. Now will come out and set a screen. Patterson, jumper from the free throw line is good. Callie Patterson comes off the screen from Latoria Patton and knocks down the jumper, but the Pioneers don't get back defensively, and Brianna Smith puts an easy one up and in. So Smith gets her fourth, and Carson Newman ties the game at 8 once again. Pass tipped out of bounds off of Carson Newman. The pass was tipped out of bounds by Carson Newman, and everybody saw it except for the official. And Carson Newman's going to have the basketball. Terrible, terrible break by the Pioneers. That one could not have been more obvious, so Carson Newman gets the break and has the basketball. That was awful. With the basketball at the top, Brianna Smith. Smith gets a screen. Hands it off on the left wing to Michael Wester. Now to Harris Price. Price with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets trapped, looks underneath. Simmerly turns, shoots, shot, good. As the shot clock was winding down, Jekka Simmerly puts it up and in. Mia Long runs the length of the floor the other way and can't get it to go. Mia Long ran past everybody but could not convert, and Carson Newman brings it back the other way, and a traveling violation going to be called on Harris Price. So the Pioneers get the basketball back on the turnover, trailing by 2 points. And into the basketball game for the Pioneers will be Jayla Arnwine. Arnwine comes in, Mia Long comes out, and the Pioneers have the basketball with 5:50 left to play in the opening quarter. Arnwine for three from the corner. That one rolls off, no. Rebound, Casey Johnson. Johnson goes back up with it and a foul. And Casey Johnson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going to go on Michael Wester. That'll be her first personal foul, first team foul. Called on Carson Newman, and Casey Johnson will be to the free throw stripe to shoot a pair. Johnson on the year, a 70.6% free throw shooter. And the first free throw is up and in for Casey Johnson. She can tie the game at 10 with this second free throw upcoming. Free throw is good. Casey Johnson makes good on both. She's got 5, and the Pioneers to tie the game at 10. Harris Price into the front court, splits a double team, double dribbles, gets away with it, knocks down Sydney Wilson, and the official from across the floor gets the call right. The same official that didn't see the obvious tip out of bounds off the hands of Carson Newman didn't see the charge that happened right in front of him. The foul goes on Harris Price, her first, Carson Newman's second, and the Pioneers will bring the basketball into the front court. Turnover Pioneers, they threw it away. Lob pass Harris Price, puts it up and in. Pioneers got a turnover but gave it right back. Patterson in backcourt working on Harris Price. Double team trap comes. I don't think this official's paying attention. I don't think this guy sees anything that happens right in front of him because the so a kicking violation on Carson Newman. And the Pioneers have the basketball in the front court. Now 19 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney Wilson comes off a screen, fires for three. Shot no. Rebound Patton outside to Arnline. Pioneers reset with a second chance opportunity. Down by 2 are the Pioneers. Callie Patterson will fire for three and knocks it down. Three-point basket, Callie Patterson. She's got 5, and the Pioneers reclaim the lead at 13-10 or 13-12. 4:37 left to play in the opening quarter. Harris Price, nice pass underneath. And Stubblefield puts it up and in. Harris Price drew the defense to her. Stubblefield got the pass and put it up and in, and Carson Newman reclaims the lead 14-13. Sydney Wilson's three is off the mark, and the long rebound goes to Katie Stubblefield. Outlet feed, Brianna Smith. Smith working on Arnwine, crossover dribble to the hole, put it up and in. Brianna Smith with the driving bucket. Puts it up and in, and Carson Newman leads by 3, 16-13. 4:02 left to play in the opening quarter. Pass to Arnwine is tipped. She controls it now on the left wing. Hands it off to Callie Patterson. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson gets a screen from Patton. Dribbles to the free throw line. Will dribble all the way to the hole. Shot no. Rebound tipped. And out of there for Carson Newman comes Kayla Marisites. Ahead to Brianna Smith. In the corner to Harris Price. Price lost the handle. It'll go in backcourt. Touched first by Carson Newman, and an over and back violation is going to go against Carson Newman. And folks, that was a terrible call made by the same official. Hey, at least he's bad both ways. Timeout on the floor. 3:33 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Carson Newman 16, Tusculum 13. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports.
Sydney Wilson to get it in for the Pioneers. Mia Long back in the game for Tusculum, and also into the game is Lovely Locklear. She's got the basketball at the free throw line. Entry pass down low. And drawing the foul will be Maddie Sutton, who also checked in during the timeout. She draws the foul and will be at the free throw line shooting a pair. The foul on Carson Newman is going to go against Katie Stubblefield. That'll be her first. It's the team's third. And at the free throw line will be Maddie Sutton for the Pioneers. Sutton's first free throw is up and in. Sutton at the free throw line to shoot her second. Second free throw is up and in. Sutton makes good on the first. Makes good on the second and pulls her team back within one. Harris Price quickly into the front court. Long pass off of the right wing. Marisites knocks down a three from the right wing. Three-point basket, Kayla Marisites. And Carson Newman now leads 19-15. Mia Long to Lovely Locklear for the Pioneers. Got trapped in the air, had to get rid of it, and got rid of it right into the hands of Katie Stubblefield. Outlet feed, Michael Wester looking underneath, and it's out of bounds off of Carson Newman. So the Pioneers force a turnover underneath, and the Pioneers will get the basketball back. 19-15, 2:50 left to play in the first quarter. Mia Long splits a double team and draws the foul. Foul going to be called on Carson Newman's Kayla Newman. And the Pioneers will inbound side front court. It's Newman's first, the team's fourth. The Lovely Locklear. Left wing to Casey Johnson. Johnson to Locklear. Spins in the lane. Kicks it back to the top, and Mia Long. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mia Long gets a screen from Sutton. Here to the deep left corner, Lovely Locklear. Locklear will drive, splits a double team. Floater from in front. In, out, no. Rebound, Carson Newman. Wester pulls down the rebound. Outlet feed goes to Kayla Marisites. Now at the top of the circle to Wester. She'll fire for three. In, out, no. Rebound tipped. Carson Newman comes away with it with Brianna Smith. Outlet feed to Wester. Kicks it off of her own ankle. Chase it down near the timeline, and Carson Newman has 22 seconds on the shot clock. With the basketball, right wing, Newman. She'll drive. Leaves it underneath the Stubblefield. Outside three, Marisites. That one's off the mark, and Lovely Locklear comes away with the rebound for the Pioneers. Pioneers get away with a travel, and Mia Long gets the basketball for Tusculum. Long in the lane. Shot no, but a foul. And Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair for the Pioneers. Tusculum got away with one there as Mia Long drug the pivot foot. The foul was on Brianna Smith, her first. It's the team's fifth. And Arnwine up off the bench, set to check back into the game for the Pioneers. Long, first free throw is no good. Long will have a second as the Pioneers trail by 4 with 1:38 left to play in the quarter. Long, free throw, rolls good. Mia Long makes good on 1 of 2. Pioneers trail 19-16. As into the front court comes Brianna Smith, runs over Sutton. And a charging foul is going to be called underneath as Brianna Smith runs over Sutton. Sutton draws the charge, and the Pioneers get the basketball. I'll be honest, Pioneers caught another break. Same official. Go figure. Casey Johnson with the basketball. Ahead to lovely Locklear. Locklear to the top, and Casey Johnson. She'll fire for three. That one's back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman's Kayla Marisites. Marisites working on Mia Long. Into the front court. Marisites hands it off to her sister Kelsey Marisites. She'll pull up in the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Kayla Marisites. Sydney Wilson comes out to defend. Kelsey Marisites hands it off to Brianna Marisites. Underneath to Newman. Newman shot no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson, but she has it tipped and taken away from behind. Wide open three on its way from Brianna Smith. Nowhere near. Rebound out of bounds. Off of Carson Newman and back over to the Pioneers. Pioneer basketball with 46.1 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 19-16. Carson Newman with the lead. The Pioneers behind 5 points from Casey Johnson. We'll bring it into the front court, down by three. Mia Long almost had it stolen away, nearly bumped into the official, and now to steal for Harris Smith. Check that, Harris Price with the steal and the bucket as she lays it up and in. Mia Long to the timeline and Arnwine. Arnwine, right wing feed goes to Casey Johnson. Arnwine now at the top. Had it tipped and taken away by Harris Price, and then a foul going to be called on Jayla Arnwine. After the steal, the foul on Arnwine. That'll be her first. It's the team's fourth. Sydney Wilson into the basketball game, replacing Mia Long for Tusculum. 18 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 21-16 the score. Harris Price with the basketball, dribbling on the right wing, hands it off on the right wing to Kelsey Marisites. Now in the hands of Kelsey Price. Count it in one. Driving bucket for Harris Price. The foul on the Pioneers. Going to go on Callie Patterson. That'll be her first. It's the team's fifth. And Price at the line trying to complete the three-point play. In, out, no. Rebound, Casey Johnson. And a foul going to be called in backcourt on Kelsey Marisites. The foul on Marisites is her first. And the Pioneers will inbound side front court with 1.9 to play in the quarter. Actually, the Pioneers won't inbound side front court because the Pioneers are in the bonus. So Maddie Sutton will be at the free throw line shooting a pair. Sutton at the line with 1.9 to play in the quarter. Tusculum down by 7. Free throw is up and in. Sutton, free throw is good. Sutton puts it up and in. Carson Newman inbounds in backcourt, and the first quarter comes to an end. We've played one from Pioneer Arena with your score, Carson Newman 23, Tusculum 18. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family. So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin.
Are you serious?
Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
28.6% from the floor in the first quarter. And Carson Newman turns the basketball over to start this second quarter as Harris Price dribbles it on the baseline. The Pioneers will have the basketball. So Carson Newman shoots 58% from the floor. The Pioneers shoot 28.6% from the floor. And the Pioneers trail by only 5. Casey Johnson brings it across the timeline, and the Pioneers turn it over. Johnson tried to get it to Wilson, and Carson Newman stole it away. Harris Price has it in the deep left corner. Nice crossover dribble, and Patton blocks her shot out of bounds. Harris Price trying to drive baseline. It was a nice crossover dribble, but then Patton came out of nowhere to block it away. Inbounds feed goes underneath to Wester. Her shot's no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds back over to the Pioneers. Mia Long has strep throat tonight. She's been limited so far, and the Pioneers have missed her athleticism against the full court pressure of the Carson Newman Eagles. Casey Johnson in backcourt gets it across to Callie Patterson, and Patterson sets it up at the top of the circle. Patterson dribbles left wing, hands it off to Sydney Wilson. Wilson, crossover dribble, now will fire for 3. Rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Harris Price. Price with Arnwine sprinting into the front court, trying to beat her to the spot. And a traveling violation going to be called underneath on Jacka Simmerly. Simmerly got the basketball, but then took 3 steps with it, and the Pioneers get the basketball back on the traveling violation on Jacka Simmerly. Casey Johnson in backcourt will go to work on Harris Price. Price across to Sydney Wilson. Wilson through the lane to the hole. Shot rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Jacka Simmerly. Pioneers still struggling from the floor. Carson Newman with the basketball, driving through the lane to the hole. No, but a foul going to be called on Patton. And Carson Newman will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair with Michael Wester. 23-18, still the score. Neither team has scored here in this second quarter. The Pioneers now 4 of 16 from the floor, just 25%. Wester free throw is good. Lovely Locklear into the game, replacing Sydney Wilson for the Pioneers. And Michael Wester back to the line to shoot her second. Wester, free throw is good. Michael Wester makes good on both. 25-18 now the score. Casey Johnson in backcourt. Now to Arnwine, back to Casey Johnson. Johnson gets bumped by Price and now brings it across the timeline. Johnson left wing to Arnwine. Arnwine backs up, inside down low to Duke. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Out of bounds off of Carson Newman, and the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline. I'll be honest, I didn't even see Duke come into the game. Andrea Duke, the 6-foot junior out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, saw her first action in the Pioneers' last game on the road at Lenore-Ryan. Duke to Patterson. Three-pointer on its way. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman. Kelsey Marisites with the board. Now on the right wing, Kayla Marisites. Goes between the legs, lost the handle, got it back, and Arnwine wasn't even touching her. Oh, me. This has been a tough one. Arnwine commits the foul. That'll be her second. Team's first. Michael Wester with the basketball on the right wing for Carson Newman. Wester will fire for 3 and knock it down. 3-point basket, Michael Wester. And Carson Newman leads by 10, 28-18. Lovely Locklear. Back to Callie Patterson, and Patterson brings it across the timeline. Ahead to Lovely Locklear. Skip pass to Arnwine. Thought about the 3. Now will drive through the lane. Off-balance shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman. Michael Wester with the rebound. Outlet feed to Price. Her layup's no good. Duke had the rebound. Now Price stole it. Loose ball in the hands of Lovely Locklear. Locklear to the hole. Put it up. Short-armed it. No. Pioneers cannot buy a bucket. They've yet to score in this second quarter. Jumper from Wester is in, out, no. Rebound by Duke of Tusculum. Lovely Locklear looks to run. Locklear lost the handle. She lost the handle. And out with it comes Harris Price. Price ahead to Wester to the hole. Shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Tipped away from behind by Wester, but into the hands of Patterson. Outlet feed. Duke to the hole. Put it up and in. And the Pioneers stop the scoring drought. in this second quarter on the outlet feed to Condrea Duke as she gets her first 2 points of the basketball game, and the Pioneers pull back to within 8. And with that bucket, the Pioneers now 23.8% from the floor, and Kayla Marisites drives and puts it off the glass and in. The Pioneers want a timeout. We head to a break. 6:46 left to play, second quarter. It's Carson Newman 30, Tusculum 20. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Pioneer basketball coming out of the called timeout by head coach Devin Carter. As the Pioneers trail by 10, 30-20 with 6:46 left to play second quarter. Michael Wester leading the way with 7 points for the Carson Newman Eagles, 5 points for Casey Johnson, and Callie Patterson lead the way for the Pioneers. Arnwine left open for three. That one's off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman. Outlet feed goes to Brianna Smith. Smith gets cut off nicely by Mia Long. Good to see her back in the game. Kayla Marisites, backdoor cut underneath Stubblefield. Nearly stepped out of bounds, tried to save it, and then a foul is going to be called on the Pioneers and Yelizma Kubidon. The foul on Kubidon is her third. It's the team's third. And Lovely Locklear and Sydney Wilson back into the game for the Pioneers as Arnline comes out and Yelizma Kubidon comes out with 3 personal fouls. Carson Newman inbounding underneath their own bucket with Kayla Newman. Inbounds to the top and Kayla Marisites. Right wing feed goes to Jekka Simmerly. Hand off to Newman. Pass, tip. Newman saved it. Into the hands of Kayla Marisites. Right wing feed, Brianna Smith. Dribbling around on the right wing behind her own player. Fires a three, no good. Rebound, Mia Long. Long looks to run, trying to get it to Lovely Locklear, but had it tipped and taken away by Kayla Marisites. Scramble for the basketball in backcourt. Mia Long finally comes up with it for the Pioneers, and the Pioneers reset with a fresh 30-second clock. Head coach Devin Carter resets the play for the Pioneers. Largest crowd by far to see a Tusculum home game this season, and you would expect that against their arch rival, Carson Newman. Wilson off a screen for three. That's short, no good. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman's Kayla Marisites. Marisites into the front court. Picks up her dribble. Backdoor cut. Stubblefield goes baseline. Shot partially blocked. Into the hands of Simmerly, and she'll put it up and in. Simmerly gets the loose ball score, and Carson Newman has their largest lead, 32-20, and another steal for Carson Newman. Brianna Smith to the hole, count it and one. Foul's going to be called on Mia Long. The foul on Mia Long, her second personal. Team's fourth. And at the line, trying to complete the three-point play will be Brianna Smith. In search of her 9th point of the game. Smith, free throw is good. Smith puts it up and in. 35-20. Carson Newman with the lead. 5 minutes left to play, second quarter. Mia Long to Patton at the free throw line. Turns, looks in, back outside for Mia Long. Long looking in for a flashing Lovely Locklear, nothing there. Wilson, entry pass to Casey Johnson, and she draws the foul. You did, you got a huge cookie. The foul on Jekka Simmerly. That'll be her first, the team's first. And Casey Johnson at the line to shoot a pair. Johnson, who scored the game's first 3 points. No, she didn't. Sydney Wilson did. Casey Johnson scored the game's next 3 points for the Tusculum Pioneers. She now has 6 as she makes good on the first free throw. Casey Johnson at the line to shoot her second. Johnson, free throw is up and in. Johnson makes good on both, trims the Carson Newman lead to 13, and she now has 7. Smith into the front court, being chased by Mia Long. Smith dribbles at the top of the circle, back near the timeline. Newman almost threw it away. Stubblefield got it. Jumper, no. Rebound by Patton. Tusculum wanted a foul underneath, didn't get it. Carson Newman comes up with a loose ball and puts it up and in. 37-22 the score. As Carson Newman, very, very physical on it, every single rebound. And if you can get away with it, why not do it? So far they are. Johnson to Patton, back to Johnson. She'll fire for 3 from the top and knock it down. 3-point basket, Casey Johnson. 37-25 the score. As Johnson gets her 10th point of the game. Pass tipped by Lovely Locklear, and a foul going to be called on Carson Newman. As the foul goes on Kayla Newman, that'll be her second. Just the second team foul called on Carson Newman. Maddie Sutton into the basketball game for Tusculum as Patton comes out. And Casey Johnson will inbound side back court for the Pioneers with 3:55 left to play in the second quarter. Mia Long brings it across the timeline and will be picked up by Harris Price. Long, right wing looking for Sydney Wilson, tipped and taken away. The offensive player, according to head coach Devin Carter, was the one initiating the contact. As Sydney Wilson had her hands straight up all the way to the front court, Wilson felt that it was Kayla Newman who was elbowing her the entire time. And that's the conversation that head coach Devin Carter is having with the official now. But the call was a foul, and Newman makes good on the first free throw. The foul on Sydney Wilson is her first. It's the team's 5th. And Newman at the line. Free throw is no good. Made 1 of 2. Sutton pulls down the rebound for the Pioneers and gets it to the hands of Mia Long. Long, triple teamed at the timeline, and is tipped and taken away by Harris Price. Price threw it away. Stolen away by Sydney Wilson. Mia Long in backcourt for the Pioneers. Harris Price meets her at the timeline. Long through the lane, splits 2, all the way to the hole, puts it up and in. Mia Long with the driving bucket, pulls her team back to within 11. Harris Price drives baseline, floater, no, fell to the floor, got knocked to the floor, no call, and the Pioneers come away with the basketball. Long in front court, Wilson, wide open 3 on its way, side iron, no, rebound pulled down by Lovely Locklear of the Pioneers. Mia Long at the top. Harris Price will back up and guard her. Left wing feed, Lovely Locklear. Locklear, she sees a seam. She'll fire for 3. That one's nowhere near. And a timeout call by Carson Newman. We'll take it with them. 2:41 left to play second quarter. It's Carson Newman 38, Tusculum 27. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
What does the future hold for our community? What will the local economy be like 5 or 10 years from now? Will there be opportunities for our children, or will they have to move to a different area to find work? By shopping and investing locally, you're helping to create opportunities locally. Be community-minded when you shop or invest. Greenville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Michael Wester knocks down the jumper from the free throw line for Carson Newman coming out of the timeout. Pushes the Carson Newman lead back to 13. Sydney Wilson dribbling on the left wing. Wilson now will back it out. Sutton sets a screen. Wilson goes between the legs. Wilson, turnaround jumper, no. She got knocked to the floor. Sutton tries to save it, and they'll say she steps out of bounds. The shot clock was expiring anyway, so it'll be Carson Newman basketball with 1:48 left to play in the opening quarter. Price gets away with a push-off at the timeline, brings it into the front court and hands it off to Simmerly at the free throw line. Now back outside for Harris Price. Left wing feed to Michael Wester. Wester goes between the legs, goes to work on Sutton. Gets a screen, now a floater from the free throw line. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Patton. Hands it off to Callie Patterson. Patterson looks to run. Patterson near to the front court. Picks up her dribble. Entry pass looking for Sutton. Tipped. Scramble for it on the floor. And Carson Newman comes away with the basketball. Harris Price near to the front court. Tipped away by Arnwine. And a kicking violation is going to be called on Carson Newman, and the Pioneers will have the basketball. Maddie Sutton on the floor in backcourt. So an injured Maddie Sutton. So a kicking violation on Carson Newman. It'll be Pioneer basketball. Mia Long checks in for Tusculum, and an injury timeout on the floor as the official explains himself, explains the kicking violation. The trainers still attend to Maddie Sutton. We'll step away. 1:06 left to play in the opening quarter. Check that in the second quarter. It's Carson Newman 40, Tusculum 27. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Are you ready?
Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Casey Johnson with a nice head fake, can't convert, got her own rebound, but then stepped on the baseline, and that'll turn the basketball back over to Carson Newman. So after all that, it'll be Carson Newman basketball. Sutton walked off the floor, but between both athletic trainers, and they are now looking at her scalp, so she must have taken a good bump to the head. Missed shot. Rebound pulled down by Callie Patterson of Tusculum. Outlet feed to Mia Long. Long here to the front court. Long trapped and throws it off the foot of Kayla Marisites. And the Pioneers will inbound inside front court with Casey Johnson. Condrea Duke set to check into the basketball game for the Pioneers. The next dead ball, 40-27 the score with 25 seconds left to play. And a traveling violation is going to be called on Mia Long. A large step, just because you cover a lot of ground with a Euro step, does not mean it's a travel. But it was that time. Carson Newman basketball with 16 seconds to play in the first half. The voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, will chat with Pioneer men's head coach Nick Pasqua at halftime. Entry pass down low to Michael Wester. Shot no good. Rebound Casey Johnson with 4 seconds. Johnson with 3 seconds. Johnson with 2 seconds. Mia Long will not get off a shot. And the first half comes to an end. At halftime, your score, the Carson Newman Eagles 40, the Tusculum Pioneers 27. Coming up next, it's the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, and Pioneer men's head coach, Nick Pasqua. That's when we come back with more of Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family. The first date.
How does Sean Jones make that difference?
Well, you take your pick, Bates and him at the 4 spot. You know, Jones is probably a little undersized, but he plays incredibly hard. He's a great rebounder. I remember talking to him when he left Valdosta. I thought some of the same things. Like, they're going to put him in the high post, him and Bates both, and they're going to try and drive it to the basket. And whether we can stop them or not, it's going to be a big key tonight. Whether we can keep them off the offensive glass, too, because anytime a shot goes up, you can bet him and Bates are sniffing around out there trying to get it.
Yeah, all right, so it's a team that's off to a 13-2 start. They're 5-2 in the league, and again, nationally ranked early this year, and Clark adds a lot to that. But now to us, you know, we've been the kids, you know, we've been snake bit, you know, frustrated, irritated. I don't know, you could almost throw in an adjective for frustration there, and that's where we are. But is the team that way?
No, I don't think we are. You know, we've had 2 great days of practice. I think we had a meeting as soon as we got back from LR the other night, and you know, I just laid it out to the guys. I was like, look, you're this, and away from a six-game winning streak. I mean, a rebound against Coker, a rebound against LR, not letting them get that loose ball, and you just making free throws at the end of the game. Wingate making that layup at the end, or not letting them get a score on the other end. Just those things are, I mean, we're right there. It's not like we're getting blown out every night. We've had the lead the last 2 minutes of the last 6 games. And so, we're right there. Hopefully we can get a big one tonight. But I think the morale, as tough as it's been, I think the morale is still pretty high, and guys still think we got a chance to win some here down the stretch.
And I like our look. And does our look any different?
No, I think it does. I think they're much more confident in what we're trying to do. I think they're starting to trust each other. They've had a whole semester to play together. They understand each other a little bit more. They know what makes this guy tick. They know where he's going to be. They know I got to help this guy out maybe a little more here than in another spot. So, and I think we've had some success in what we've wanted to do as far as our system goes, and I think they're starting to believe in it a little bit more too.
We've had so many things go crazy with this team, adjusting to the personnel that we have or don't have. I know we got some more guys out tonight, and I think that's been a frustrating factor for you. But do you settle in on a group of guys that you've got to rely on?
I think tonight we'll probably play as few guys as we've played all year. Mostly, due to injury, we'll probably play 7-8 guys tonight, and it probably won't be as what I would have liked to have done tonight. We've had to make some adjustments based on some guys that are out, but we got what we got. I think we got plenty enough to compete and have a chance to win tonight. So as long as we stick to what we've worked on the last 2 days, I think we'll be okay.
All right, how do we scare Carson Newman tonight? What is it that they're not going to be ready for?
Well, I don't know if it's not what they're going to be ready for, but I think they play zone pretty much the whole time. I would think they would be concerned about our ability to shoot the ball. Hopefully Hartle being back tonight, able to play a little bit, not sure how much, but just having him out there as a threat really makes the zone a little easier to attack, just having another shooter on the floor. So I would think that would concern them the most. I would think some of our transition game would probably concern them a little bit. Hopefully our full court pressure can just slow Clark down, make him tired enough to where in that second half, if it's a close game, those shots are now a little shorter than they were because he's had to work 94 feet all night.
All right, so coaches are weird. You guys are. You guys are film rats, film junkies. And I know Chuck's probably sitting there going, man, they're averaging 10, 11, 12 three-pointers a game. We can't play zone. We can't do this. Have you seen enough defenses this year that whatever he may throw at you, you feel comfortable in taking on?
I think we do. Their zone is pretty similar to ours. We've played, at King where I was before, we play Carson Newman about every year, and they've been running this same zone for a long time. So I'm sure they've made some adjustments, and we've tried to show them some things. Look, if they do this, then we need to look at this option, all that type of stuff, like every team in the country tries to do. But, hopefully what our plan tonight, hopefully it'll work. I think if we get off to a fast start and make shots and get the crowd going, this is an unbelievable atmosphere tonight. The students, the community really turned out, and hopefully we can give them something to be proud of tonight.
Rebounding's been our thing, keys to victory in a way. Do we have that size advantage tonight?
No, we don't have a size advantage. Not with Toby out, and they play two big kids on the inside too, and then you got Bates and Jones who are undersized but very physical. It's going to be 5 of us having to go to the boards, and we held LR to 12 offensive rebounds the other night, which was probably good enough to win. We saw some things on film where it looked like guys were going to block out a lot more than we have in the past, and we're a little more physical. We didn't give up as many second chance points, and that's going to be huge tonight. If we can, Clark misses a shot and they get offensive rebound and put it back, then you feel defeated there too. So hopefully we can limit him and then limit the second chance points they get.
It's going to be fun.
It will be.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
That's Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua as his Pioneers get set to take on the Carson Newman Eagles here tonight from what we hope will be even a more packed Pioneer Arena. That's where we continue right after this. Halftime, and at the break, it's fourth-ranked Carson Newman 40, Tusculum 27. Pioneer basketball continues after this here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Make our community a better place to live.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, man.
Right there.
I wouldn't be mad at you if you snuck me an Orange Crush extra large T-shirt out.
They are gone. I literally went over there to get one, and they are gone.
Be community-minded.
So I'll see if I can't find another one.
Greenville Federal Bank.
A Tusculum grad got gypped.
I know, man. I know. All right, one more. He'll be ready.
Wherever you look, you'll see our signs, and behind them, another local home for sale. But there's a lot more behind our signs you don't see.
Nice-looking home. Let's go in.
I have a good feeling about this one.
When you see our sign,
Oh, my
you're
Lord.
dealing with a reputable
I'm ready whenever you are.
who knows your area. Hometown
Carson Newman leads here at halftime, 40-27 over the Pioneers. Tusculum shot just 24.1% from the floor in the first half as they were 7 of 29, 4 of 15 from 3. So the Pioneers took one more shot from 3 than they took from the floor or inside the arc in that first half. Carson Newman was 16 of 35 from the floor, 45.7%. There were 2 of 9 from 3, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. The Pioneers were 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Carson Newman out-rebounded the Pioneers 23-20. Carson Newman with 14 points off of 14 Tusculum turnovers. Tusculum with just 6 points off of 11 Carson Newman turnovers. As Carson Newman had 24 points in the paint, Tusculum with just 4 points in the paint. Second chance points, Pioneers led that 5-4. Fast break points, Carson Newman leads that 8-2. Tusculum got 11 points off of their bench to Carson Newman's 3. Pioneers led in scoring by Casey Johnson's 10 points. 3 points for Mia Long, 3 points for Sydney Wilson, 5 points for Callie Patterson, 2 points for Kendrea Duke, and 4 points for Maddie Sutton in that first half for the Pioneers. For the Carson Newman Eagles, led in scoring by Michael Wester's 9 points, 5.7 rebounds for Kayla Marisites, 8 points, 3 rebounds for Jekka Simmerly, 9 points for Brianna Smith, 6 points and 4 steals for Harris Price, 1 point for Kayla Newman, and 2 points for Katie Stubblefield for Carson Newman's total of 40. This game was tied 5 times in that first half. We saw 4 lead changes, and Tusculum took the early 3-0 lead. Carson Newman's largest lead was where it stands right now at 13 points. Again, your score at halftime. Carson Newman 40, Tusculum 27. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Man, it sure is a busy
2
life.
minutes
when
total.
You've got work, kids, grandkids, after-school activities, and everything in between. Hello there. This is Alan Johnson. For all of you out there getting it done, great job. We see you in our stores picking up a snack and at our pumps filling up. And I would just like to say that it is an honor to be part of your busy day. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you again at Marathon Quick Stop. Run in when you run out.
Our radiologists are doctors who are specialists in diagnosing and treating disease and injury by using the technology of medical imaging.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Brought to you by Greenville Federal Bank, the Red, White, and Blue Marathon Quick Stop Market, Laughlin Hospital, Watch Depot, Hometown Realty and Auction, and by your Greenville Light and Power System. And now, with the call, Justin Jeffers.
It'll be Pioneer basketball to start this second half as the Pioneers trail by 13 points. And again, Tusculum shot just 24% from the floor in the first half. As the Pioneers will have it with Mia Long in backcourt. She brings it to the front court, and the second half is underway here from Pioneer Arena. Patton with the basketball on the left wing. Casey Johnson flashes to the top, and she'll get it there. Left wing feed to Kubidon. Looks to drive. Double team comes. Back outside for Johnson. She will drive all the way to the hole. Puts it up too strong. No. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman's Kayla Marisites. Marisites underneath, down low to Jekka Simmerly. Drives baseline. Kicks to the top, and Michael Wester. Three-pointer on its way. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Mia Long. Long. Double teamed in the backcourt. Will pass it across the timeline to Wilson. Casey Johnson left open for three. Got it. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson, and the Pioneers pull back within 10 points. And for Johnson, that is her 13th point of the game. Harris Price gets it outside of the hands of Brianna Smith, and a blocking foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. And unfortunately for the Pioneers, that is Yelizma Kubidon. That is her 4th personal foul. Duke in, Patton out, Arnwine in, and Kubidon will come out with 4 personal fouls. Price gets the inbound pass into Michael Wester, and Wester knocks down the jumper from the free throw line extended. And Carson Newman pushes their lead back to 12. Arnwine splits a double team, lost the handle, and traveled with it. Arnwine with the travel. That'll turn the basketball back over to the Carson Newman Eagles as the Pioneers trail by 12 with 8:50 left to play, third quarter. Harris Price with the basketball will be met at the timeline by Mia Long. And a turnover on Carson Newman. Kayla Marisites faked out and went in, and Michael Wester threw it where she faked. And Marisites was no longer there, so the Pioneers have the basketball on the turnover. Pioneers need to do something with it. And that's not the something I meant as the Pioneers turn it over. Still by Marisites, ahead to Brianna Smith to the hole, and she puts it up and in. And the lead has now been extended to 14 points for the Carson Newman Eagles. 44-30. 8:20 left to play, third quarter. Long across the timeline to Wilson. Kick out, Arnwine. Wide open three-pointer on its way. Rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Carson Newman. Similarly, outlet feed to Smith. Shot hit the bottom of the backboard, and Duke comes away with it for Tusculum. Arnwine into the front court. Had Wilson, didn't see her. Fakes it to Wilson, to the hole. Shot, no. Rebound, saved by Carson Newman. Unbelievable. Great play by Carson Newman. Harris Price, pull-up jumper on its way. Back iron, no. Rebound, Mia Long. Long looks to run. It's a 3-on-1 for Tusculum. Long all the way to the hole. Put it up, no. Casey Johnson, her putbacks, no. And the loose ball into the hands of Mia Long. Long, shot, no. Duke, rebound, no. And finally, a foul. On the 4th opportunity, the Pioneers earn a trip to the free throw line with Condrea Duke. The foul called on Kayla Marisites. That'll be her first. It's the team's first of the third quarter. And Condrea Duke at the free throw line for the Pioneers. For the first time in her career as a Pioneer. Duke, one-handed, left-handed is good. Very unorthodox free throw for Condrea Duke. She put her right hand behind her back and shot it one-handed with her left hand. But it worked. Duke, second free throw. Rolls off, no. Lane violation, Carson Newman, so Condrea Duke will have one more. Try to pull her team back within 12, 44-31 with 7:33 left to play in the third quarter. Pioneers still just 22.2% from the floor in this basketball game, while Carson Newman is 40.5%, and Duke makes good on the free throw. So Duke makes good on both. 44-32 now the score. Pioneers need to stop. Into the deep right corner, this is Stubblefield. Now to the top and Michael Wester. Crossover dribble, threw it off the back of Mia Long, and it's taken away by Duke. Tusculum comes up with the loose ball. Mia Long, pass Wester, drives baseline. Back to the top and Casey Johnson, head fake. Sydney Wilson, she'll fire for three. Side iron, no. Rebound battle for, and a foul is going to be called on the Pioneers. Called on Condrea Duke. Media timeout. We head to a break. 7:06 left to play in the third quarter. It's Carson Newman 44, Tusculum 32. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Pioneers shooting 21.6% from the floor. So far in this game, the Pioneers couldn't throw it in the Nolichucky River if we were already in the Nolichucky River. Carson Newman with the basketball. Floater in the lane, no, but a foul. And Carson Newman will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Condrea Duke. That'll be her second, team second, and at the free throw line shooting a pair will be Katie Stubblefield for Carson Newman. 44-32 the score, 6:50 left to play third quarter. Free throw is up and in from Katie Stubblefield. Patton to the scorer's table. She'll check in. Duke will come out. And Stubblefield at the line. Free throw is no good. Back iron, rebound Patton. Patton with the board, Mia Long with the basketball. 45-32 the score. Mia Long lost the handle, gets it back. Now is trapped near the timeline, gets into the hands of Casey Johnson to Sydney Wilson. Nice head fake, drives baseline, and a foul. Foul on Carson Newman going on Jekka Simmerly. That'll be her second. It's the team's second, and the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline with Mia Long with a fresh 30-second clock. 6:37 left to play in the quarter. Mia Long to get it in. Now just lobs it to the top, and Callie Patterson. Patterson, Patton, Johnson, and Wilson, along with Long on the floor for the Pioneers. Johnson turns. And Casey Johnson frustrated with herself as she went up for the shot. And Michael Wester got there quickly, and Johnson came back down with the basketball. That's a travel. And Carson Newman will have the basketball on the turnover. Michael Wester brings it across the timeline, working on Casey Johnson. Long pass, runs over Sydney Wilson, and a blocking foul. As they'll say, Sydney Wilson's foot was inside the arc. So the bucket is good for Kayla Marisites. Sydney Wilson was trying to take the charge, but they'll say her foot was inside the arc. And Marisites' free throw is up and in. Now there's some confusion whether the bucket went in or not, because the official counted the bucket. So a three-point play is completed for Marisites. 48-32 the score as Marisites completes the three-point play, and Mia Long brings it to the front court. Long splits a double team all the way to the hole, and a foul is going to be called underneath on the Pioneers. The foul called on Katie Stubblefield is evidently she was also in the arc. The foul on Stubblefield will be her second, and the third team foul on Carson Newman. And the free throw upcoming from Mia Long is short, no good. Mia Long under the weather. Has strep throat, according to head coach Devin Carter in the pregame. But she's trying to play through it against the Carson Newman Eagles, who are ranked 4th in the country. Long missed them both. 48-32 the score. Carson Newman basketball with 6 minutes left to play in the game. Brianna Smith, and a long pass. Sydney Wilson got there, and a foul going to be called on Sydney Wilson as she and Kayla Marisites collide going for the basketball. The foul on Sydney Wilson, her third, and it's the 5th team foul on the Pioneers of this third quarter. So Carson Newman will shoot free throws with Kayla Marisites. Marisites' first free throw is up and in. Marisites' second free throw rolls in good. Marisites makes good on both. 50-32 now the score as Carson Newman has their largest lead of the game of 18 points. Callie Patterson brings it across the timeline for the Pioneers. Arnwine has to save it from going out of bounds. Into Patton. Wide open is Wilson. She'll head fake. Kick out to Casey Johnson. Now into the deep right corner, Arnwine. She'll drive baseline and throw it away. Chase down to Patterson with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson wide open for three. Rolls off, no. Rebound, battled for. Patton saves it, and they'll say she stepped out of bounds. Carson Newman with the basketball as Brianna Smith brings it into the front court, drives the lane all the way to the hoop and puts it up and in. Timeout, Tusculum. We head to a break. 5:23 left to play in the third. It's Carson Newman 52, Tusculum 32. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Pioneer basketball coming out of the called timeout from head coach Devin Carter. 52-32 the score. The Pioneers turn it over. Michael Wester with the steal, lays it up and in. That is not what Devin Carter drew up in the timeout, I promise. Pioneers with lovely Locklear left wing. Now to Callie Patterson, gets a screen from Casey Johnson. Patterson looks to drive, leaves it for Arnwine. She'll fire for three, back iron no. Rebound and a foul on Patton going for the rebound. The foul on Matoria Patton, that'll be her first. It's the team's sixth. And Carson Newman will walk to the other end with Jekka Simmerly and will shoot a pair of free throws. Pioneers now 21.1% from the floor. While Carson Newman is 48.8%. Simmerly's first free throw is up and in. Arnwine comes out as Mia Long checks back in. 54-32 the score. Actually, Simmerly missed the first. Second free throw is up and in. Kayla Newman into the basketball game as Simmerly comes out. 55-32 now the score. Carson Newman with Brianna Smith and Michael Wester with 13 points apiece. Casey Johnson with 13 leads the way for the Pioneers. Mia Long in backcourt, brings it into the front court, gets bumped by Brianna Smith at the timeline, lost the handle and somehow dribbled out of it. Patterson now dribbles to the top of the circle, gets a screen from Johnson, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. Callie Patterson knocks down the jumper from the free throw line off of the screen from Casey Johnson. Smith, she grabbed the ball. That's a terrible call as the foul going to be called on Tusculum. Brianna Smith fell to the floor after Tusculum got her hand on the ball, and the momentum brought Smith to the floor, but the foul is going to be called on Lovely Locklear. That's just not a very good call. The official called what she thought happened, not what she saw. 55-34 the score. Smith at the line. Free throw is no good. The foul on Lovely Locklear is her first. It's the team's 7th of the quarter. Smith, free throw, is up and in. Pioneers inbounding against full court pressure from Carson Newman. 56-34 to the score. 4:28 left to play. Lovely Locklear trying to leave it for Patton. Lost the handle, and Carson Newman comes away with it. Outlet feed to Smith in the deep left corner. Smith kicks her to the top, and Michael Wester. Wester looks to drive. Had it stripped and taken away by the Pioneers. Patton comes up with a loose ball for Tusculum. Outlet feed to Lovely Locklear. Locklear dribbling on the right wing. Double team trap comes. Now to Patton. Hands it off to Mia Long. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Mia Long lost the handle, but luckily ran into the hands of Callie Patterson. Patterson pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Rolls off no. Rebound tipped. And Marisites comes away with it for Carson Newman. Jumper from the deep left corner for Carson Newman's Katie Stubblefield is no good, but Carson Newman comes away with the offensive rebound. Brianna Smith dribbling at the top of the circle. Lovely Locklear comes out to defend. Locklear guarding, and a foul going to be called on the inside on the Pioneers. Going to go against Mia Long. On Long, that will be her 3rd personal. So now Kubidon with 4, Wilson with 3, Mia Long with 3. As that is the 8th team foul on the Pioneers of the quarter. Sydney Wilson checks in along with Arnwine. Callie Patterson and Lovely Locklear will come out. And at the free throw line, shooting her second will be Kayla Newman. After missing the first, the second one is up and in. Kayla Newman makes good on one of two. 57-34 the score. Mia Long with the basketball. Kick out Arnwine. Dribbles in, pulls up, shut off the glass, no. Rebound tipped. And the Pioneers, Carson Newman's Arnwine comes away, or check that. Kayla Newman comes away with it and count it in one at the other end. The fouls are now 9-3 in this quarter. The foul on the Pioneers on Casey Johnson, her first, is the team's 9th of the quarter. Casey Johnson comes out as Duke goes in. Free throw is on its way. No good from Smith. Rebound pulled down by Patton. Mia Long into the front court. Long looks to drive all the way to the hole. Kick out to Arnwine. Arnwine, she'll drive. Shot blocked and taken away by Kayla Newman. Newman back the other way. 3-on-1 break for Carson Newman, and they blew it. Newman trying to get fancy, going behind the back. And threw it out of bounds, and Pioneers catch a break, down by 25 points. If the Pioneers are going to get anywhere near, they got to make a run now. 2:50 left to play in the quarter. Long brings it across the timeline. Long sets it up in the half court. Brianna Smith comes out to defend. Long all the way to the hoop, puts it up, rolls off, no. Rebound tipped around and taken away by Kayla Newman. Brianna Smith, right wing feed to Marisites for 3. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers' Arnwine, tipped away from behind and taken away by Carson Newman. Another turnover on Tusculum. Smith left open for 3, air ball. Rebound chased down by Kayla Marisites in the corner. She'll fire for 3. That was no good. Rebound tipped around, and Duke comes away with it for Tusculum. Doesn't really make sense. Well, never mind. Ever have that thought and you think better saying it? My filter doesn't work very often, but it worked that time. Sydney Wilson, lob pass inside Condrea Duke, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Condrea Duke. Callie Patterson and Lovely Locklear into the game as Mia Long comes out along with Arnwine. And it'll be Carson Newman basketball with 1:57 left to play in the third. 59-34 the score. Kelsey Marisites to Kayla Marisites. Left wing to Newman to the top and Stubblefield. Right wing feed to Smith. Now back to the top and Kelsey Marisites. Dribbles. Kicks into the corner and Smith goes to work on Duke. Turns. Floater. Rolls. No. Rebound pulled down by Patton of Tusculum. Ahead to Callie Patterson. Patterson, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Tusculum. And the fouls are now 10-3 in this third quarter. That's absolute. The fouls now 10-3 in this quarter. Only 3 fouls called on Carson Newman, 10 called on the Pioneers in this quarter. And that's just unbelievable. A minute 27 left to play in the third. Carson Newman 59, Tusculum 34. With the basketball on the right wing is Marisites, dribbles to the top, three-pointer on its way, good. Kelsey Marisites knocks down the three from the top, and Carson Newman leads 62-34. 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. Carson Newman's Kelsey Marisites tips it into the hands of head coach Devin Carter and out of bounds, so the Pioneers will inbound side front court. That's an enormous number. 10 fouls called on the Pioneers, only 3 on Carson Newman in this quarter. Sydney Wilson inbounds it to Callie Patterson. Wilson to Lovely Locklear, and hey, a foul on Carson Newman. Katie Stubblefield gets whistled for her third. So the foul count is now 10-4 in this quarter if you're keeping score at home. Which, if you are, we need to chat because you need to get yourself a life. 52.7 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 62-35 on the Lovely Locklear free throw. Casey Johnson comes back in as Patton comes out. Free throw is up and in for the Pioneers. 62-36 the score, 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Smith, entry pass down low, Stubblefield put it up and in. Stubblefield got wide open underneath for the Carson Newman Eagles. Mia Long into the front court, gets bumped at the timeline, gets stopped at the timeline, throws it across to Cindy Wilson. Wilson to Callie Patterson. Patterson trying to drive baseline, can't do it. Patterson picks up her dribble. Mia Long gets it. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Mia Long dribbles to the free throw line. Got away with a travel. Sydney Wilson for three. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down Carson Newman. Pioneers steal it. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Casey Johnson gets it ahead to Callie Patterson with 8 seconds. Casey Johnson with 6 seconds. Johnson to Wilson and a grab and a hold. And the Pioneers finally in the bonus with 4 seconds to play in the quarter, and the Pioneers will shoot 2. Well, it took 9 minutes and 56 seconds, but the Pioneers finally in the bonus in the third quarter as Sydney Wilson will shoot 2 free throws. Wilson, free throw is up and in. The foul was on Kelsey Marisites. That's her second. Carson Newman's 5th. Wilson, free throw, is on its way, and it's good. Wilson makes good on both, 64-38 the score. Brianna Smith with 3 seconds. She drove by everybody, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Tusculum. And with 0.2 seconds left to play, Carson Newman at the line trying to complete a 3-point play. The foul on Callie Patterson will be her third. The Pioneers' 11th of the quarter. And Brianna Smith at the line. The 3-point play attempt is no good. Rebound Patterson. Third quarter comes to an end. We've played 3 with your score. Carson Newman 66, Tusculum 38. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
66-38 the score. Carson Newman with the lead and will have the basketball to start this fourth quarter. 10 minutes away from improving their undefeated record to 16-0. Carson Newman came into the game ranked 4th in the country, and they've looked like the 4th-ranked team in the country. And a missed shot underneath by Price. Patton with the rebound, and a foul going to be called on the Carson Newman Eagles. The foul on Jekka Simmerly, that's her third, the team's first. And that's something, Carson Newman plays a very physical brand of basketball, and just because you get the rebound doesn't mean Carson Newman just troughs up the other end of the floor and plays defense. They continue to pick and poke, and how many times in this game have the Pioneers come away with a rebound and Carson Newman tip it away? 3-point basket from Casey Johnson gives the Pioneers a spark to start this quarter. Mia Long stole the inbounds pass, but then stepped out of bounds with it. So Carson Newman will retain possession. 66-41 the score with 9:24 left to play in the quarter. So the Pioneers down by 25. With that shot made, the Pioneers still just 21.7% from the floor, and the Pioneers have turned it over 22 times. Well, even though we don't do it in Division II, we just went to replay, as Jim Miller told us how much time was on the clock. Price gets away with the carry, and Carson Newman sets up at the top. Micah Wester, right wing feed to Marasites, looking and going to the free throw line in Simmerly. Simmerly, lob pass inside. Micah Wester, turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Wester, and back over to the Pioneers. One defensive stop at a time. 66-41 the score. 9 minutes left to play in the game. Mia Long into the front court. Goes all the way to the hole. Puts it up and in. Got knocked to the floor. No call. And the Pioneers have scored the first 5 of the quarter. 66-43. But at the other end, Harris Price, taking advantage of the Pioneers not stopping the basketball, runs all the way through the lane and lays it up and in. Wilson for 3. Got it. 3-point basket, Sydney Wilson. And the Pioneers on a 6-2 run. Price this time is finally cut off. Nearly was it. Right wing feed to Marasite. She'll fire for 3 and got it. It's what Carson Newman does just when you think you can make a run. Carson Newman knocks down a 3. Marasite's with the 3, and it's 71-46. 8:10 left to play in the game. Ten-second violation called on the Pioneers. Into the game comes Yelizma Kubidon for the Pioneers as Casey Johnson comes out. Callie Patterson comes in as Mia Long will come out. Mia Long trying to battle through what we were told in the pregame was strep throat. And the Pioneers, with 8 minutes left to play in the game, trail 71-46. Michael Wester, floater from the free throw line is good. And after the Pioneers got off to a quick start to start the quarter, the Carson Newman Eagles have answered with 5 straight points. Patterson to Lovely Locklear. Locklear near to the front court. Left wing feed goes to Kubidon. Back outside to Lovely Locklear. Locklear gets a screen from Patton. Give and go. Tipped out of bounds by Carson Newman. And the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline with 17 seconds on the shot clock, as the Pioneers trail by 27. Callie Patterson set to trigger the inbounds pass for the Pioneers. Gets it into Patton at the top. She holds it there. Patton to Lovely Locklear right wing. Lovely Locklear looks to drive, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Carson Newman. The foul on Carson Newman will be on Kelsey Marasites. That'll be her third. It's the team's second. And the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline. Lovely Locklear to trigger the inbounds pass for the Pioneers. Inbounds pass to Arnwine. Shot blocked and taken away by Carson Newman. Harrison Price to the other end. Layup, short, no. Rebound, Marisites, and put it up and in. 75-46, and another reach-in foul is going to be called on Carson Newman. It's been a foul the entire game. Why is it just now being called? That's what I don't understand. Carson Newman is not doing anything differently than they've done the entire game, but all of a sudden we've decided to blow our whistle. Game's over. Why blow your whistle now? 7:15 left to play in the game. Pioneers trail. It's not over, but Pioneers trail by 29. Lovely Locklear all the way to the hole. Put it up. Count it and one. The hoop and the harm for Lovely Locklear. The foul called on Kelsey Marisites. That'll be her fourth. And Lovely Locklear at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Kelsey Marisites talking to the official, probably saying that's not been a foul the entire game. Why is it now? I don't know, Kelsey. I don't know. Free throw is up and in for the Pioneers. 75-49. Pioneers back to within 26. Harris Price, nice between the leg dribble, but the fadeaway three's no good, and Mia Long comes away with a rebound for Tusculum, but threw it away. Stolen away by Kayla Marisites. Patterson tipped it. Marisites stepped out of bounds. She knew she stepped out of bounds. She laughs as Michael Wester puts it up and in. Wester puts it up and in, 77-49. Lovely Locklear for three, and that one's off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Michael Wester. Right wing feed, Kelsey Marisites. Now to the top, and Michael Wester. Wester goes left wing to Price. Harris Price now dribbles on the right wing and nearly threw it out of bounds, but Lovely Locklear touches it on its way out. Condrea Duke into the basketball game for the Pioneers, as out comes Callie Patterson. Pioneers could really use Condrea Duke to get back into form here in the second half of the season. Backdoor lob looking for Price is stolen away by Patton of Tusculum. 77-49 the score, 28-point lead for the Carson Newman Eagles. Long gets a screen from Patton. Kick out, Kubidon. She looks to drive, lost the handle, now dribbles on the right wing. Kubidon left open for three, got it to go. Three-point basket, Yelisma Kubidon, and the Pioneers back to within 25. Left wing feed goes to Kayla Marisites to the top, and Michael Wester. Shot, no. Rebound, Marisites, put back, no. Rebound, Patton. Patton, outlet feed, Lovely Locklear. Pioneers on the run. Pioneers with numbers. Ahead to Duke. Got hammered in the face, didn't matter. Put it up and in anyway. Timeout, Tusculum. We head to a break. 5:30 left to play in the game. It's Carson Newman 77, Tusculum 54. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
Carson Newman basketball coming out of the Pioneer timeout. 77-54 the score. As the Pioneers trying to chip away here in the fourth quarter, but the clock is not on their side. As Michael Wester with the basketball trying to get into the hands of Brianna Smith, and now does. Kubidon, despite playing with 4 personal fouls, is all over her. Now to the top, and Kayla Marisites. Back outside to Wester. Jumper, free throw line, no. Rebound pulled down by Condrea Duke of the Pioneers. Duke's like, somebody's got to bring this ball into the front court. I'm a post player, not a guard. Finally, Lovely Locklear does. Elise McCubidon's three-point attempt is no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Kayla Marisites. Marisites outshoots Tori Griffin, the freshman from Jefferson County High School, the alma mater of my wife, who is also a Carson Newman grad. She brought my child wearing a Carson Newman Eagle hat to this game tonight. Perhaps that's the bitterness you hear in my voice. Lovely Locklear with the basketball for the Pioneers. Duke to Wilson for 3. No. Rebound, Carson Newman's Brianna Smith. Smith pulls down the rebound. 4:20 to play in the game. 77-54. Micah Wester left wide open. Jumper no good. Rebound, Stubblefield. Shot no. Rebound, Marisites. Gives it to Stubblefield. She'll put it up and in. Well, if at first you don't succeed, get 2 offensive rebounds and get 2 points. 79-54, 4 minutes to play in the game. Elise McCubidon to the hole, leaves it for Duke, count it and 1. Duke gets the hoop and the harm and will be at the line trying to complete the 3-point play. And Duke, seeing only her second game of action in a Pioneer uniform, will be at the line. Duke, who has 6 points in this game, can give her team their 57th point of the game. Duke free throw is good. I said 6, she had 8, she now has 9. Duke with 9 points now in the game. And Kubidon has fouled out of the basketball game as they call a blocking foul on Elise McCubidon, and Arnwine will be into the game for the Pioneers as Elise McCubidon fouls out. She's been in foul trouble much of this game, and her minutes have been limited as the inbounds feed from Michael Wester goes into Stubblefield. Three-pointer from the corner for Griffin is good. Griffin, the freshman, knocks down the 3 from the corner, and Carson Newman leads 82-57. Pioneers with the basketball. Lovely Locklear. Count it and 1. Lovely Locklear will be at the line trying to complete the 3-point play. This foul on Kayla Newman, her 3rd. And Lovely Locklear will be at the free throw line. Shooting 1 free throw. In, out, no. Rebound, Carson Newman. Stubblefield comes away with the rebound. Outlet feed to Newman. Newman threw it away, and they'll say Sydney Wilson stepped on the baseline. And Carson Newman will inbound underneath their own bucket. 82-59 the score. Pioneers trail by 23, 3:33 left to play in the game. Inbound speed goes to Stubblefield, to Newman, to Wilson, who comes off a screen. Wilson in the deep right corner. Now to the top and Michael Wester. Wester drives on Casey Johnson. Shot blocked out of bounds by Casey Johnson. And Carson Newman will inbound on the baseline with 11 seconds on the shot clock. 3:21 left to play in the game. Inbounds feed into Michael Wester, who turns and puts it up and in. Lovely Locklear gets the outlet feed into the corner, and Sydney Wilson, her jumper rolls off, no. Rebound tipped. Wilson got it, put it up, no. Rebound Duke, stripped on her way up. Gets it back, kick out to Arnwine, and after all that, Pioneers have the basketball. 3 minutes to play in the game. Lovely Locklear dribbling at the top of the circle. Left wing feed to Arnwine. Duke's like, give me the ball. Johnson finally inside to Duke, to the hole, no, but a foul. And Condrea Duke will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair as the foul called on Kayla Newman. That'll be her 4th, and Condrea Duke will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Duke was inside posting up, just begging for the basketball, and the Pioneers finally go there. Duke is that true post-up option. Sutton plays hard, great basketball player. We've not seen her in the second half after she was in her in the first half. Patton is a solid post player, but she's 5'9". Duke gives the Pioneers that true post-up option. When she gets it on the low block, she's going to go hard to the hole. She missed the first free throw. 84-60 the score. 2:51 left to play in the game. Duke, the unorthodox free throw shot, is up and in. If you're just joining us, Kendrea Duke puts her right hand on her hip and shoots one-handed with her left hand. I can't shoot free throws with three hands. She does it with one. 84-61 now the score as Duke reaches double digits and a foul's going to be called in backcourt on Jayla Arnwine. That's her third personal and a timeout called by Carson Newman. It's a 30-second timeout. 2:49 left to play in the game. 2:49 left to play in the game. Carson Newman 84, Tusculum 61. Coming up next, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten, will be with you to bring you play-by-play action of Tusculum versus Carson Newman. Coming into this game, the Carson Newman Lady Eagles were ranked 4th in the country. They have done nothing to not impress, and they're number 1 in the Southeast region. They're 15-0, 7-0 in the South Atlantic Conference. Tusculum 10-3, 5-2 in the South Atlantic Conference coming in. Up next for the Pioneers, this Saturday, they play at home, hosting the Newberry Wolves. Important South Atlantic Conference matchup with the Wolves. Coming up this Saturday at 2 o'clock back here at Pioneer Arena as the inbounds is stolen away by Sydney Wilson, and she'll lay it up and in. Sydney Wilson stole the inbounds pass and scored. 84-63 the score. Michael Wester with the basketball for Carson Newman. Right wing feed goes to Smith. Smith working on Arnwine. Hands it off on the left wing. Johnson steals it. Johnson underneath Arnwine. Put it up and in. Pioneers with back-to-back steals and back-to-back buckets. Brianna Smith gets the inbounds pass and brings it into the front court. Smith in the corner, and a charging foul is going to be called on Brianna Smith as a player control foul. She passed it in the corner and ran over Sydney Wilson. The foul on Smith is her third, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back, trailing 84-65. 2:14 left to play in the game. Arnwine with the basketball for the Pioneers. Gets a screen from Casey Johnson. Right wing to Lovely Locklear. Lob pass inside, out of the reach of Casey Johnson, out of bounds. Duke was looking for Casey Johnson, just threw it a little bit out of her reach and out of bounds, and Carson Newman gets the basketball back. Minute 58 left to play in the game. Michael Wester drives, kicks it into the deep right corner, and Griffin back to Wester. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tip. Lovely Locklear comes away with it for the Pioneers. Locklear in the corner to Arnwine. She'll fire for three from there. Side iron, no. Rebound, Casey Johnson. Johnson, entry pass Dukes. Got shoved from behind, no call. And Carson Newman comes away with the rebound. Right wing feed to Addison Bird, who just checked into the game. She'll fire for three, and she'll knock down a three. All these threes for Carson Newman. And again, if you're just joining us, they're playing without Ashton Weichel, the South Green product, who has 44 three-pointers on the season, but she was not in uniform tonight. Wilson for three. Hers rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Bird. 1:05 left to play in the game. Brianna Smith near to the corner in Stubblefield. Brianna Smith at the top. She'll fire for three. The bank is open as she banks it up and in with 57.1 seconds left to play. 90-65 the score. Carson Newman with the lead over the Pioneers of Tusculum. Lovely Locklear drives on Smith, and a foul going to be called on Brianna Smith. That'll be the fourth personal foul on Brianna Smith. And Lovely Locklear will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 48.1 seconds left to play in the game. Locklear, free throw is up and in. Locklear now has 8 points. Casey Johnson leads the way for the Pioneers with 16 points. Brianna Smith has 21 for the Carson Newman Eagles. Second free throw is good. 90-67 the score, 40 seconds to play in the game. Johnson guarding Bird. Bird, right wing feed goes to Brianna Smith. Smith, crossover dribble, backed it out near the timeline. Now right wing to Michael Wester. Left wing feed to Bird. Bird spins, had it tipped away by Lovely Locklear. Now back to the top at Michael Wester. She'll fire for three. In, out, no. Rebound by Duke with 20 seconds to play. Arnwine ahead to Sydney Wilson. The entry pass down low to Casey Johnson. Tipped and taken away by Bird. So Addison Bird with the steal. 9 seconds left to play in the game. 90-67 the score. And the Carson Newman Eagles will come away with the victory over the Tusculum College Pioneers. Carson Newman stays perfect as the Carson Newman Eagles knock off the Tusculum College Pioneers in this basketball game. Your final score, Carson Newman 90, Tusculum 67. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The dramatic advances in medical imaging have been nothing short of miraculous. But the future holds even more promise, with imaging at a molecular and cellular level on the horizon. Future technology which could make diagnosis possible